So the actual loops. Let me remove this. Let me remove this thing, the display thing, the attack data. Why is this thinking I did? Okay, but yeah, for real. So as you know, they're called hypergrav loops because this move is called hypergrav. And as you know, it just attracts you. It attracts them. And the one that's using the combos is light. And in all honesty, there's really no other reason you should be using medium or heavy unless you have assists. So like I call Doom, something like that. Okay, he griefed. Yeah, so like that, and I could, because you know, usually Magneto isn't able to do the super by himself unless it's from that extension I showed you earlier, like this. So if it's not this conversion, or like if he's not a very specific height, then usually what Magneto will do is he'll use heavy grav to do that super. Oh, okay. Anyways, fuck it. But yeah, but all I'm saying is in the combo, don't use medium, don't use heavy, only use light. It's the fastest, which allows you to get that combo a lot more consistently. But yeah, another thing, if you want to be good at Marvel in general, just make sure you have your super jumps down. Like not your regular jumps or tri dashes, but tri dashes are important. But really, if you're getting good at Marvel, just a game, make sure you're getting good at your super jumps, especially with Magneto, because once he super jumps, he gets more air options. So like I'm neutral jumping right now. When I neutral jump, most of the time I can't get that light to come out. I can't get that light to come out fast enough to hit Wolverine. But if I super jump, then the light comes out a lot faster, a lot more uh, ambiguous timing when it comes to mix-ups as well. So yeah. Also, Magneto's throw is broken. It's amazing. He can kill. Magneto can probably kill. Yeah, he can kill on almost any hit he gets, as long as he has the right assist. I'm not sure how these assists, like my team, works with him. I haven't really labbed it much. I know Doom goes really well, but Akuma, not so sure. But just to talk about the loops themselves. So the loops themselves, what I would do is I would practice first off by going in the corner and just doing light hypergrav. And after that, as you know, as you can see, after I do light hypergrav, all I do is I super jump. I super jump forward. You can super jump straight up. You can super jump backwards if you want to. The main reason you would super jump backwards is because of like if you want to go for a slide switch or something. I'll try to do it for you, but if I can't get it like the next two tries, then I'm gonna just give up because it is something I still have to practice. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it for you right now. My apologies. But yeah, so light hypergrav in the corners to start off in practice. And like I said before, right after that, you can do super jump up. You can do super jump up forward. Um, really just do those two for practice. Don't do back just yet because that one's really for side switches and things. But yeah, so just practice that. And the timing for that jump is you don't want to do it like while he's in the hypergrav animation, but as soon as the hypergrav hits your opponent, that's when you input the super jump. So as soon as the hypergrav hits Wolverine, that's when you do it. That's when you input up. I just do that quarter circle. I do the quarter circle into up forward, um, just to make sure my timing is consistent. Um, but yeah, like I said before, just super jump as soon as that hypergrav is released, as soon as it hits Wolverine. Just really practice that timing. Just practice that timing. Make sure it's a super jump. A normal jump will look something like this. Not like that. Okay, I'm griefing. That's what a normal jump would look like. That's how you know you got it wrong. But just make sure you're practicing that super jump. Make sure you're inputting up as soon as the hypergrav is released and hits Wolverine. Just practice that timing over and over. And the real key to consistent hypergrav loops is the time at which you dash down. You can you can dash down at really any time, and um, there's really nothing that I really look for. Like I based my loops on timing alone. Um, but I guess a good rule of thumb would be like as soon as your feet pass the other character's head. So or just a little bit after. So a little bit after Magneto's feet touches, I mean, or goes above Wolverine's head, that's when I'll dash down. You don't want to wait too long to dash down because then they'll be too high in the air. I mean, too low to the ground. Yeah, and depending on what time you dash down, just messes with the height a lot. So just make sure you're keeping that consistent, of course. But yeah, so like I said, so let me just review. Light hypergrav, light hypergrav, input super jump as soon as it hits Wolverine, and then when your feet go over his head, a little bit after it goes over his head, just dash down. Then after you got that timing down, as soon as you dash down, just go ahead and add an H. And I mean like an H as soon as you dash. Not the same time, because if you do that, then you'll just get a dash downward. See? But as soon as you press dash, go ahead and press that H. It's like you're plinking, but you're not plinking. It's just getting that H out as soon as possible, which keeps them in the air for so long. And then just practice that timing. I really recommend practicing that timing before you move on to the next step. See how high Wolverine is in the air? And that's key. That's key because once you hit the ground again, you're going to press H again, which is what allows you to get that hypergrav out. And like you know how earlier I told you to um, like as soon as you press medium in the air, so I'll show you again. You know I told you like as soon as you press medium, cancel into flight. So it's the same thing here. So I'm doing the hypergrav loop, right? Doing the hypergrav loop, and I told you to really just practice that timing there. Make sure you're hitting it. Make sure you're hitting heavy as soon as you dash downward. As soon as you're on the ground and you press heavy again, you have to cancel that heavy into hypergrav like immediately. Just like that. Just like the same timing, medium straight into flight, heavy straight into hypergrav. Just like that when you're on the ground again. So let's just review again. Hypergrav, super jump, and you do that super jump as soon as the hypergrav hits Wolverine's body. And as soon as your feet go over Wolverine's head, dash down. And as soon as you dash down, press H. But yeah, so let's do this again. All right, so let me just review one more time. Hypergrav, light hypergrav, super jump as soon as it hits them, not too early, because if you do it too early, you get a normal jump. Get a normal jump just like that. So input up as soon as it releases and hits Wolverine. As soon as your toes pass Wolverine's head, dash down and press H. Make sure that H is instantaneous right after. Like that's how fast that timing should be right there for the dash. I mean for the dash down heavy, like that. Like don't look at Wolverine. I mean don't look at Magneto's character. Look at my inputs. That's how fast that should be for you. But yeah. So, hypergrav, super jump. Super jump as soon as it's releasing its Wolverine. And then as soon as your tails go over his head, dash down and press H. Dash down, press H. And as soon as Magneto touches the ground, as soon as you see him touching the ground, just go ahead and press H. As soon as Magneto touches the ground, go ahead and press H. And like I said before, that same cancel after that second H on the ground, that's this one right here. So dash down, press H again. As soon as you press H again, hypergrav. And then after that, you just super jump again and just repeat. Uh-oh. Gravity squeeze. Remember, you get a follow-up too. Don't forget. Doofenshmirtz.